And we are live. Hello everyone. Uh, let's check. So I'm being cut off here, but fine. Hi Saad, welcome to the stream. Hi Congru, welcome back. Awesome. Rohit, can you like mute your? I think your video. Not this one. Like I heard my own voice. Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Hi Sandeep, welcome back. Hi Alberto. Hi Donald. Hi Govin. Hi Yamashi. Awesome. Welcome everyone. We'll start in a minute. Cool. Hi Nibia. Awesome. You can pause, I think, Rohit. Live chat will still go on. Yeah. So I hope it's not something from my side, but yeah. Cool. Hi Tahir, welcome back. So yeah, let's start. So today is episode 16 of Build with Hussain, and like the second last episode of collab month, and I have been joined by Rohit, who is from ERPNext team. He is what I call the solutions implementation expert of our team, and yeah, today we are going to go over ERPNext customizations and even using custom apps, server script, client script. So yeah, about that, Tahir, how we'll learn how to Dockerize custom apps. So I had a chat with Revant, I think yesterday, and he has agreed to join me for an episode next month. So yeah, we will have an episode on Dockerizing Frappe, even Kubernetes, I guess. Cool. So he is joining us. That's the news. Over to you, Rohit. What are we going to do today? How we'll proceed? Do you want to say something to
Yeah.
the audience? Yeah, go ahead.
Hi. Yeah. Thank you, Hussain.
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. So today I'm going to cover a few use cases. These use cases are might be real use cases or might not be the real use cases, but uh, these use cases I'm going to use to cover few topics. So, is my screen visible?
Uh, on your, uh, so should I make it visible?
Yeah.
Okay, your screen is visible now.
So I have like this four use cases. So probably I'll add more if we have the enough. I mean, if we get more time, we'll add two more use cases. So I think we can start. Uh, Hussain?
Awesome. Yeah, let's start.
Okay.
Yep.
So first is so I have to fetch the available stock in the stock entry. So on a stock entry,
Okay.
I'll I'll first cover how to write the client script, server script, and then uh, 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 how to use the client script and server script to do the customization on ERPNext. And
Mm-hmm.
then we will use the custom app uh, and I will see how to do the customization using the custom app. So first use case I'm taking for the client script and server script. So this use case is Once user click on, so basically, user want to get the all available stock of specific item and warehouse, and they want to either transfer that available stock, whole stock of that item, from one warehouse to another warehouse, or they want to consume the complete stock, right? So for that, so I have an instance locally. I prepared one instance for this session. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to write a server script first. So the server script is a method. It's a API method. So I'll say get available stock, right? And then you have to mention the script type. So whether it's a doc type event. So for us, this is API. So the script type should be API. And then you have to mention the API method. So get,
So are we going to call this server script from stock entry, right? Or
yeah. So from client side, we will call this server script,
okay.
right? So then, so we have to get some parameter from the client side,
Mm-hmm.
and that will be we have to capture on the server script. So to capture that, we have, let's say, payload data wrap it out from the, so whatever the arguments we will pass in the API, call this API that we will capture under this payload data. Next is we have to get the information of the stock from the bean table. So quickly I'll open the bean list. You can see here we already have information about the available stock item and warehouse wise. We'll just use the frappe dot get all to get the information of available stock. Or you can just simply use frappe dot db dot get value.
Rohit, can you like zoom just a bit? Yeah, better.
I'm going to pass the first parameter as item code. So payload data dot item code and the warehouse. And I want actual quantity. And I'll say frappe dot response. So I have to return the response back to the API call. So the response and the message.
Hi Soham, welcome to the show.
So now our API is ready. Now we have to call this API from the client script. So
Awesome.
now I'm going to add one button here. On click of button, I will ask user to enter the item code and the warehouse.
Mm-hmm. In
And
a
then
dialog
this
box.
item, yeah, in the dialog box.
Okay.
And then those information I will pass to the API and will get
Mm-hmm.
the available stock as a response. So yeah, the method will be, let's say, prepare a custom button.
Awesome. Hi Shata, welcome back.
Let's say if frm doc add custom button.
Hi Vikas, welcome back. So currently, what Rohit is doing, Rohit, you can continue. I'm just talking to the audience
Okay,
that,
sure, sure.
yeah. So Rohit is going to basically he's customizing the stock entry form to, he wants to add a button basically. So first he went and added a server script to, that basically fetches the bin, some value from the quantity, some quantity from the bin, and then returns it as a response. So that was an API type of, what do you call, server script. And now he's going to use that API endpoint, basically that server script, to fetch it in the front end using client script.
Right. So first part is just to add a custom button. I can see the custom button, and if I click on custom button, it should say hi. Okay, so this is working.
Awesome.
Next part is on click of this button, I wanted to show the prompt. So a dialog basically. So we
Mm-hmm.
have the frappe.prompt method. So so if you want to see the definition of frappe.prompt, you can just put it in the console. It required fields, callback, the response, then title, and the primary label. So let's fields equal to gate. Yes, I'm basically adding a method which will return the fields which I wanted to showcase in the prompt. Show in the right. So to show the fields again, we have to put a label.
So what does this frappe.prompt do? So I haven't used it. Usually what I do is I do frappe dot new frappe.ui.dialog. Does it make that easier or something?
So it, I mean, I mean, it's just a wrapper. I mean, it
Mm-hmm.
eventually call the same uh, function. So if you open the frappe dot definition of frappe dot prompt, why it is not
Okay, eventually
showing?
behind the scene it is creating a dialog.
Yeah,
Got it.
dialog box.
Mm-hmm.
Then field type is link options as item. Get fields here. So the first part is the fields which you want to show in the dialog box. The second part is basically on. So we will show the primary label, and on click of primary label, whatever the actions you want to do it, that part you have to write in this part, second part.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Got it.
The third part is the title of the prompt, so which is like set values. Last part is this. Here we'll get the dialog info, dialog data.
Hi Ragul, hi Bhutan. Welcome back.
Now you can see our dialog is coming. I just
Mm-hmm.
have one field called item code because I put it. I just mentioned the item code information in the prompt field.
Mm-hmm.
We'll add
Mm-hmm.
one more, one, two, three, one or more two field. So I'll just select the item code and click on get stock. So once I click on primary button, so here our primary button is get stock. So once
Mm-hmm.
I click on get stock, I can see the system has called this method, this part basically, and I
Got it.
have printed here the D. D has the information about the values which I have selected in the dialog.
Okay. Whatever fields we added, those data is
Yeah,
like stored into this object and
yeah,
synced. Got it.
yeah. It's object. It's simply like key value. Key is a field name,
Yeah, that
the
we
value which
we
we are
we
selecting
defined,
in the
right?
dialog.
Yeah.
Yeah. So similarly, I'll add one more field. Uh, say from warehouse. If we have to pass two fields, item code and the warehouse. I'm adding one more field in the dialog. So now you can see these are two fields showing in the prompt or the dialog. Now here I had to call the method get available stock. I'm writing a small function so that it will be easy to read. So I'll use the Frappe dot call the API, which is a server script API, and the method name is get available stock. So method is get available stock arguments. We'll get the arguments from here. Say D only. Dialog. And third is callback. On a response, I will basically add a row of the item code and the warehouse and their quantity. So here I'll to call this method. I will use frm.events. I have to pass the D in the function. So I'm using the events frm.events. Here I will pass frm and the D. T's are again dialog values, and we'll print the console.log r. Let's first test this part.
Cool. So
Yeah, so in the
840.
message I can see the 840, and similarly I can select in LAN. Yeah, 840. So now we have 840 quantity. If I will say if r dot message. So if the stock is not available, then it will not add any row, and I will use uh, frn dot add child. This method is used to add rows dynamic through JavaScript code. So I'm basically adding the selected item and the warehouse and their respective quantity as a row in the stock entry.
So I didn't
So
get it. Like, we got the stock, right? Now,
We got the stock. Now
mm-hmm.
now the next part is we have to showcase that available stock in the child table. So
Oh,
we
okay.
have
Mm-hmm.
so we have
So,
a
what will be the benefit to the user for of this feature basically?
uh, basically they okay. So assume that they have 500 quantity available, but they don't know about that, and
Mm-hmm.
they just wanted to consume all the stock available stock. So
Mm-hmm.
So basically, they know which item they have to choose, but they don't know what actual quantity is there in the
Oh, okay.
respective
So
warehouse.
they want to like consume all of the quantity. So basically, we are creating a short feature for
Yeah,
them to. Yeah, got it.
yeah. So here I wanted to just highlight few things about
Mm-hmm.
first was the client script, second was the server script, and the third one was how to add the row to
Neuro
the
in a
Java,
child table. Yeah,
yeah, new row in the
got
child table using client script.
got it.
So again here I need to pass item code. Now in the add child method, I first pass the parameter as items. Item is the child name of this child table.
Mm-hmm.
And now in the dictionary, the second parameter, it's a dictionary where I'm passing the column. The first, this key is a column basically, and this second part is the values. So I pull the item code, source warehouse, and next part is quantity. Quantity I will get it from the API. So I'll say dot message here. Need stock quantity or transfer quantity. In r dot message and conversion factor. So some columns value we can say default as. So this for conversion factor we'll say as one only.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, UM actually we need to get it from the API only. What we can do is in our API. So first thing is on a bin, we have to see whether we'll get the information about the UM or not. So yeah, the UM is available on in the bin. So I'll make some changes in the server script. I'll say I have to check the column name would be stock underscore UM. Okay. So here I'll say stock underscore UM. And so since I'm using the frappe.tb.get value and I wanted to return two values, one is actual quantity and stock UM, I'll say as dict. I'll get the dictionary as a response.
Yeah,
I'll
otherwise
say
it
here,
returns a tuple.
yeah,
Yeah, it's better to have a dictionary. Yeah.
so I'll say r dot message dot actual quantity for UM. Say r dot message dot stock UM. Stock UM. And after this, I have to just refresh the item tables,
I think we
child
need to
table.
do frm dot refresh field, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think refresh field also works.
Oh, okay.
Fine.
Might be a global thing.
Yeah, you can see the
Awesome.
new row added here with the quantity. This extra, okay, so as this child table is mandatory, by default, system adds this empty row. So maybe we can remove that.
Hi, Jivitesh. Welcome back.
We will just remove uh, when we have an empty item, empty row. If frm dot items dot length and not frm dot item 0 dot item code.
Okay, basically we are checking if there is an empty row. Got it.
Yeah. Right. Let's test.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. So first use case is covered. Uh, any questions on this?
Yeah, we'll take any questions if anyone any questions regarding what we did, how we use the client script, how Rohit wired the two using basically getting input from the user and then based on that calling it. Hi from the pool. Awesome. Hi. Hope your phone is waterproof. Yeah. Louis. Yeah. Cool. I think no questions. Then put an emoji in the chat so we know everything is good. So Tahir asks difference between trigger versus events.
So if you look at here, uh, if I have to pass the extra parameter, so here the t was the extra, right? So I'll use the events, but here I don't want it to pass the extra variable, extra parameters. So I just use the trigger.
I see what is happening. So when you do dot events dot get, then you have to pass stuff up yourself. I think when we do dot trigger, it will pass just the form FRM, right,
Yeah, use the FRM
automatically.
object.
Yeah,
Yes.
got it. Basically, you can
Yeah,
achieve
so
the same.
explicitly,
Yeah,
yeah, if you have to pass anything explicitly, then use the events. Implicitly, for trigger.
exactly. Cool. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll move to the next part, purchase order creation, Tom sales order. That's
Okay.
basically, so let's say, so we get the sales, we create the sales order once we receive the order from the customer, right?
Yeah.
And in some cases, people create the, like they create the purchase order once they have the order from the customer. They
Okay.
don't
So,
keep their stock in hand, and based on the requirement only they purchase. So our use case is once we receive the order from the customer, once we submit the order, it will automatically generate the purchase order against that sales order.
got it. So this might be a company where they don't have a warehouse say per se, but they got orders and they purchase it after they have got the orders. Basically, they are a
Right,
middleman of some kind. Yeah,
right, yeah.
cool.
So for to cover this use case, have to I have to use the custom app, and I already installed one custom app on my local system. The custom app name is ERPNext training app.
Okay.
I hope
So this is why is this not possible with customization layer? like using
Yeah,
server-script and
it is also possible with the customization. I mean, you mean server script, right?
yeah, yeah, server-script.
Yes, yes, it is possible with the server script. Since I already covered the server script part,
Okay, okay.
that's
So
why.
to cover, okay, got it, got
Yeah,
it. So yeah, let's jump to the custom app.
yeah.
So your
So,
terminal font is small uh, when you switch. Like just zoom in a bit if you can. Yeah. Thanks, thanks.
yeah, so this is my app.
Yep.
Right. So this is my app, and so I'm going to use the hooks for this. So in the hooks, I hope my font is fine, or
Yeah, yeah, it's
should
fine.
I
You can close the sidebar so it will be more clearer, I guess.
fine?
Cool. Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So we have a doc events, and as I mentioned on sales order submission,
Mm-hmm.
we have to create the purchase order. So I'll here submit, and I basically created already a folder in my app,
Mm-hmm.
which is a custom folder. You can see this is my custom folder. Inside the custom folder, I have basically two more folder. One is purchase order, one more sales order. So in the sales order pie, we are going. I'm going to write a code to
So this
generate
you
the.
created manually, right? This files and
Yes,
folder.
yes, yes, yes. This
Okay.
structure. This is again up to you, like how you want to create the
Mm-hmm.
directory.
Yeah, the only thing that matters at the end is the dotted path to on submit and on
Right,
cancel. But it is nice to have this structure if you are like customizing quite a bit of stuff.
right, yeah.
Cool.
All right. So we have on submit on cancel events.
Mm-hmm.
So once you, all right, I'll just create a order. I already have one order. So LAN amplifier, one quantity. Okay. So first thing is we need to know which supplier will provide this item, right? So for that, on the item master level,
Mm-hmm.
we have default supplier. Okay, I think that field has. Right. So what we so I think that field is not there, but we'll add one custom field.
We'll also export this custom field, right, with our app.
Yes, yes, yeah.
Cool.
That I will cover in the last session,
Awesome. Yeah.
last part. So I'm using the version 15. I mean the develop branch. So that
Yeah, yeah. The
is
new form builder. Yeah.
new form builder. Yeah. Default layer. All right. So default supplier you can see here. and I'll say I'll just quickly create 2, 3 supplier.
Rohit, can you quickly just uh, tilt your screen towards you a little so the camera is straight, I guess.
Fine.
Ah, much better.
Okay.
So someone in the chat says, I think you have to add supplier item.
Mm,
I think
no,
there was a
supplier items. Supplier items is a different part. It's basically when you use the purchase order. Uh, yeah, I guess this also works. This is basically for the supplier part number. So whenever we use the purchase order to the supplier, we have to provide this part number too.
Oh, okay, got it. So, like, we have to then get the child table and the row first. I think so.
Hmm.
Hmm. Got it. So, default supplier, in any case,
I
default can.
think,
Yeah.
yeah, default is much better.
Yeah.
So we have actually we have this default supplier here. Yes, yeah,
Yeah.
default supplier is available. Company wise default supplier. Maybe we can use this as this only. Right. So on a sales order, I'm again going back to a sales order. All right. So let's make this order. On submission of sales order, I will call this method. Now I have to check. I mean, I have to check whether the stock is available or not. If the stock is not available, then only I have to create the purchase order. So again, I will use the bin to check whether the stock is available or not. I already have this method. I'll just copy paste. This get available stock. It basically it will give you the information about the available stock which is there in the sales order. So it just check the sales order items, not the all items.
Got it.
So I've prepared the dictionary here. It has item code and warehouse as a key and the available stock as a value. So item, warehouse, stock, get available stock. Now I will say for item in doc.items. I'm now preparing the supplier wise data. Because let's say in sales order I have two items and both items are belong to different supplier. Then I have to create a two different purchase orders.
Okay, got it.
So
So, you are basically grouping the items based on the
yeah,
supplier. Yeah.
so first thing is whether if item dot quantity is more than the available stock, then quantity is we have to
Okay.
create a purchase order for the remaining quantity.
Got it.
And default supplier. So we have this information in the child table of item, so which is item default. So we can use the frappe dot tv dot, and we need a company. So I'll pass company information. So I have to get the um,
It was in accounting, I guess.
accounting. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have to get this information and this default supplier. Wrap it out. You can use the wrap it out gate cache value. Default. You can check the doc type name. Yeah, so the item default is the doc type name. You can check from here as well from the customized form. So item default. Then I'm passing the parent as item code, company, and the default supplier. It will give me the default supplier information. Now I'll say if okay. Now supplier wise, let's say PO supplier wise items. Create default. This is our default supplier, and we need a item information. So we need a item code, item name, description, item group, quantity, rate. Rate we have to fetch from the buying prices, so that we will not get. So some information we fetch from the sales order, the information like item name, description, item group, quantity we calculated, stock even. I now create purchase order, which are the important fields, and those fields only I am adding here.
Got it.
And the conversion factor 1. Now I just prepared a supplier wise available supplier wise items which I am going to create against which I am going to create the purchase order. So supplier is our key. I'll say I'll say this as a prepare. If we have supplier wise items, make purchase order. right. So now for supplier items, supplier wise items.
Copilot is being helpful. Nice.
Yeah, so it is like adding, I mean, so I basically created a structure first and then I just simply write this code, this number of lines, right?
Got it. So now if suppose there are three items and two of them have the same default supplier, so I think two POs will be created, right? One
Right,
for
yeah,
the first item and the other PO with the two other items. Got it.
right, yeah. And on the purchase order line item, we have sales order reference as well. So we put a sales order,
Okay, so we can link the two. Oh, that's cool.
yeah, link the two. We can generate the report or,
Mm-hmm.
can get more information by linking both documents. So I'll just quickly check the names. Look at the purchase order. Yeah, the sales order is there. Sales order item is there. All right. And just add some message. From Frappe import underscore. Underscore is used to translate.
Yeah, yeah. It's better to use translate for any customer facing messages because then Frappe will be able to translate if translations are available to users' preferred language. Cool.
So my battery is on 14%. Give me a minute.
Sure, sure.
Okay, what I can do is we'll create two new items so that we don't have a stock. Say MacBook Pro. This is a very costly product. MacBook Pro and MacBook Air. Now we have two different products. Let's say one product is assigned to supplier one. I created two new supplier.
Mm-hmm.
Right. For 10 quantity cost is 1000. And also should be around 20,000 something.
Yeah, 80,000. This air can be 80,000. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Now we don't have a pricing for purchase. I'll just quickly add the price, purchase price.
Yeah, maybe we have a 20. Yeah, this is good
20,000.
margin. The business is doing really great.
Okay. So now I'm submitting the sales order and we'll see. The enter required by date. Okay. So on a purchase order, required by date is mandatory field. So I'll say schedule date and the now date. I want it by tomorrow, so that's why the schedule date. All right. So system has created two purchase order. You can see here,
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
and this is showing the connection. So this
Awesome.
Mac Pro. Yeah.
Cool.
Any questions on this part?
Any questions? So there was a question from Syed Malik that he wanted to know the steps for ERPNext implementation. Maybe that's a broad topic, but I don't know. I'm a beginner. Explain to dos for ERPNext implementation from
The
any
best
old program.
practice. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
The best practice.
Stick
Uh,
to standard. As so, I only know one best practice. Like as long as you can, like stick to standard.
I think you try to make a generic. I mean, your customization should be generic. It should not be like a specific.
Mm-hmm.
It should be scalable.
Mm-hmm. So I
And
think there
don't.
are some success stories if you want to check the ERPNext.com has a blog, and in that blog there are some success stories.
Yeah. And I also try to keep the custom fields as low as possible, because if you add more custom fields, then you might reach the limit of column size.
Mm-hmm. So what is your approach when you limit hit the limit and still you have some requirement to add the fields?
In that case, you have to split the table. So, for example, let's say on a supplier,
Mm-hmm.
you already added a 20 custom fields,
Mm-hmm.
and customer is asking to add 10 more fields.
Mm-hmm.
So, better create a new doc type and just link the supplier on that doc type.
Okay, got it. So here we are adding just one link field, but in that we can add like
Yeah,
as
10
many
more
as we
extra.
want. Yeah, good idea. Cool. If we don't have any more questions, we can proceed.
Okay.
So I posted a video yesterday, like on fixtures and doc events, and like you can go and watch that video so you understand the doc events better. Since Rohit used the doc events to hook into the sales order, submit and cancel. Submit till now. Yeah.
Yeah, till now submit only. So now if I cancel the sales order,
Mm-hmm.
there might be chances that I have to cancel the order, right?
Yeah.
And since I have not yet submitted the purchase order, I can delete the purchase order, right? So on cancellation of sales order,
Mm-hmm.
uh, my requirement is to system should delete the respective purchase order which are in the draft state. So
Mm-hmm.
for that, I will write the code on cancel method.
Mm-hmm.
So on the hooks, basically I mention the path of my on cancel method. Here is the documents. So delete.
We'll be canceling, right? Or directly deleting them.
Delete because cancellation is might so cancellation is like you have submitted the PO and you might have given the order to the supplier as well.
Oh, got it.
So in that case, might there might be possibility that your supplier won't agree on canceling the order.
Got it.
So if he is not, I mean he is not allowing you to cancel, then you have to compulsory take that stop, right? Or maybe you have to close the order. It's again depend on the case to case. I mean,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't say.
For this purpose, we can go with delete. Fine.
Yeah.
Got it.
So we need information of uh, the linking. So we already have linked the sales order uh, to the purchase order, right? So based on that references, we'll get the information of the purchase order. Since that part is under the child table, so if
Mm-hmm.
I open the purchase order, the reference is there in the child table and not in the parent form. This part. So I
Mm.
need to get it from the purchase order item table.
Got it.
And I have to put a filters as sales order name. In the fields, I have to get the parent. I'll put a distinct.
Hi, Neeraj. Welcome back.
Then we'll use frappe.delete doc. Purchase order. Uh, just simply d dot parent. Now let's try to cancel and see whether this is working or not. Okay, we got the message as well. Okay, the purchase order has been deleted.
Okay, they got unlinked but not
They got
deleted.
unlinked.
Mm.
This is new. Maybe we have to put them before cancel. But it should be on cancel only. Yeah, I will create one more quickly sales order and see. Okay.
Oh, I liked how you, instead of throwing, you just did a print test and it automatically threw a syntax error. Nice.
Acha, I think there is a new feature, something like so. If I cancel, it is just unlink the references. I don't want to unlink them. I basically want to delete.
Oh, I think first it is unlinked.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have after cancel? On cancel is
Before,
and like
yeah,
before cancel.
I don't
Maybe.
think there is a before cancel. Maybe there is.
Yeah, before cancel is there, but we'll see whether it is. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
this
gone.
is. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. I think we have done. I think we have made some changes in version 15. That's why it is
Hmm.
the behavior change. Okay. So
Cool.
if any questions,
So yeah, there were a few questions. So first was from Nibia. They ask which one is more recommended for customization: writing the code using the custom app or using client server script.
it's depend on what kind of customizations are you doing. So if it is a simple customization, you can use the client script or server script. But if it is a so for example, if you have to use some existing code, you have to import the existing method. Uh,
Hmm.
that you can't do it in the server script. For
Hmm.
that, you require a custom app. And if you don't have access of, let's say, server, and you are not able to deploy any. So earlier, when we have a central, right now, we with the Frappe cloud, you can install any custom app on your side. But with the central, we are not allowing to install the custom app. So that
Hmm.
if this kind of case is with you, then you have to use the server script or client script.
Hmm.
But yeah, so again, it's depend on what case to case.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
It depends. So
it, it-
simple
yeah,
customizations can go in the site itself, and one more major factor here maybe that I suggest is like if it is like some kind of reusable, so think then you better way is to go with the custom app.
right, yeah.
And the second question is from Yogi. Can we create a custom form instead of the standard input from that Frappe generates for each doc type? Are you taking this one, Rohit, or should I?
Uh, uh, so they do they want to create a custom doc
I think
type,
they want to custom form view.
custom form view. Okay. So I have tried in my latest PR. Actually, I built one new feature,
Mm-hmm.
bomb creator,
Mm-hmm.
where I tried to do some changes in the. You can't completely change the
Mm-hmm.
form UI, but yeah, some part you can add your HTML component or JavaScript components in the form. So just maybe I can showcase. I have that PR open. You can see here, I basically added it. So we have a tree component, and that I
Hmm.
added in the form view.
Oh,
This
nice.
kind of development you can do in the form. But if you want to completely change the UI, then you can use the page. So I use the page here. I created a no, I think I
So there is a page doc type if you want to build
yeah
your custom page in Desk.
yeah, and then you have to play with the route. So
Yeah, then you have to handle a lot of stuff yourself. There are APIs, but yeah.
maybe in the next time, or maybe someone else can take uh, how to
Yeah, yeah. So
design
there has been a
changes.
lot of request for custom pages. Uh,
Yeah,
so I'm planning a session next month. Let's see.
cool.
Cool. So there was one more question.
Mhm.
So Tahir asked, yeah, this was asked in the video itself. Like last night, uploaded a video on fixtures. So there is a question like, uh, is there a difference between export fixtures that we run from the bench and export customization from the customized doc type, form customized doc type?
Uh, I think it will. Okay, so when you do the customization from this, right? Something here, right? Actions, export customization, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, both are almost similar, but either you use this one or the export fixtures.
Mm-hmm.
And also, if you are using the export fixtures,
Mm-hmm.
let's say you added a 10 custom field for your customer,
Mm-hmm.
and you deployed it using the export fixture feature, right? So now this
Mm-hmm.
10 custom fields are there on the production side. Now customer has done some changes on the production side. He has, let's say, he has made the field as read only, those 10
Mm-hmm.
fields as a read only.
Mm-hmm.
And next time you done some more changes for that customer, you done more customization for that customer, and
Mm-hmm.
you try to deploy those changes to the production. That time their changes will be override, because those changes you haven't pulled it on your machine, you haven't
Mm-hmm.
added in your fixtures. So if you have, I mean, if you are using the fixtures, then make sure you won't make any changes directly on the production. Whatever the changes you have to do it first on a local, uh, get it export, I mean, export those fixtures and then push it to the production.
Mm-hmm.
If you are making changes on the both instance, then you might lose your customization. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the changes done by the customized form.
Got it. So yeah, I think this export fixtures will give us a JSON file, right?
Yes, yes, yeah.
So no, export customizations, I mean. And export fixtures is like you take the site, what do you call, any kind of doc type that you want to export, and then it places that JSON file along with your custom app. So every time someone installs that custom app, your the records are created basically. So export fixtures is like more generic kind of thing.
Yeah, so
So
export pictures if you want, and you can pass the filters as well, like in the
hmm,
export pictures, if you
yeah,
want
export
to just,
customizations, I don't think there will be filters or something.
yeah,
Got it. So does that answer your question, Tahir? Cool. So Ronak, hello, I am creating a new app and want to anybody to be installed. So I assume you want to publish your app to Frappe Cloud Marketplace. I have added a link that you can check out. Nitesh asked for writing scripts, server script and client side in the files. What are limitation and when we should use which one? Oh, so we answered that similar question before. So limits are you can't import stuff. It is very restricted. You can't basically have all of the APIs that are available in the backend. For security purposes, it is restricted on purpose. So Most of the times you can get away with client script and server scripts, but if you want to import existing functionalities, existing functions
Yeah.
from ERPNext, you need to go the custom app route.
Or if you want to use any third-party package, Python package, which
Yeah,
is not available, that
yeah,
also you
yes.
can't. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, suppose you want to use pandas or something, right? Then you need to create a
mm,
custom app. In that requirements.txt, you can define whatever you want and then you can import it.
right.
Does that answer your question, Nitesh? So this is one last question we can take before we proceed. Uh, so Neeraj asks, I have amended timesheet and I want to delete the old timesheet. Then how to do it? It throws message linked with another timesheet. If can be deleted, then it might cause digital garbage. Can you take that
I
question? Yeah.
think so. So he has cancelled the one timesheet and then amended, and then
Mm-hmm.
he wants to delete that, or he wants to delete the older one. I mean, how two timesheets are linked? Those are like so when you cancel any document and when you amend that, the amended one has the link of the cancelled one. So you cannot delete the cancelled one because it's versioning, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's not, you can't just delete the cancelled one because it is how it is supposed to be, right? So you, when you cancel and amend means you have come from something old, right? That old needs to exist. Is there a use case you have, Neeraj? So Yogi asks, can you show me how we can create stock entry for an item from a custom doc type?
Can you show? Can you create a stock? So, Yogi, can you just explain what is meaning? I mean, what is this custom doc type? What fields are there in that custom doc type?
So Yogi has expanded on his question. In a custom doc type that I am creating, I want to automatically pre-populate the DB with sample data. This is a different question.
So, Yogi, I'm in the next use case, I'm going to showcase like how to create how to create a, document from the based on the different document, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe with that use case, this question will be answered.
Sure, let's proceed then.
Okay, I think Nitesh Kumar is asking about the socket IO from
That I will
Frappe.
share a link in the chat.
Okay,
Uh,
okay, fine.
yeah. So Nitesh, check this out. We use this in Frappe UI. I'll share a file. You can configure similar in your React app. Cool.
Okay, fine. So next, okay, I'll move to the next use case.
Sure.
This is basically a advanced shipment notice. So basically, I'm trying to build a new feature
Mm-hmm.
called advanced shipment notice. Advanced shipment notice basically supplier has to create when they send the material to the warehouse. So before the GRN, basically this has to be done. So this basically supplier has to create. Right now we don't have this feature in the ERPNext, but I'm just trying. I'm just using this use case to cover uh, few part. So, so the structure will be the first thing is you have to give the purchase order to the supplier, and supplier then create the advance shipment notice record against that purchase order when they ship the raw materials, ship the materials, and against the advance shipment notice we have to generate the GRN entry. So here basically we are going to use the get map doc. The get map doc function is very useful. If you keep the field name same, then you don't have to write much code. With the get map doc, it will automatically map the fields value from one
Mm-hmm.
document to another document. So I already have this doc type. I already created this advanced shipment note and the advanced shipment note item. Advanced shipment note item is a child table which will have the information about the items. All right. Here, here you can see these layout of the ASN, the advanced shipment note.
Oh, so
So
you
I'm
have
going
created two
to,
new doc types. Nice.
yeah. So I keep the fields and the field name as like purchase order. The
Mm-hmm.
field name is important. I just quickly open the advanced shipment fields part. So the name part is very important. This should be the same. And if you have the same field name, but you have accidentally enabled no copy, then the gate map doc won't work. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to make sure the no copy should be disabled. All right, so let's go to the purchase order. I'm creating the advanced shipment note from the purchase order. Similarly, if you have to create as like some, if you have a custom doc type and then you have to create a socket, you can use the same. Or if you have to create, let's say from the sales order, you have to create something else, you can use the same uh, gate map doc. All right, so first part is we need a button again on the purchase order to create the ASN. So I have used the doc type JS. I'm again using the custom map, and I I have mentioned the doc type JS purchase order, and then I put a path. So under custom folder, I created a one more folder purchase order, and inside that I have purchase order.js file.
Cool. So basically, you could achieve the same using adding a client script for purchase order, right?
Yes. Yeah. So this is like a blank file, and then here you have to add the frappe.uid.form.on. Using this method, we can bind the your fields to the current form, and here I'm going to add the custom button. Here a custom button. Say frm dot. So once the purchase order in the doc submitted state, then only I have to show this button. I'll put a condition as if frm dot doc status equal to 1. Then only add the custom button. Now I'm going to use the frappe dot. So now this, let's first check this.
Oh, so there is a typo. Pre. Okay. Nice.
The button is showing. Now before, so we have to first now take the our backend part. So we'll use the gate, as I said, we'll use the gate map doc. So I already have purchase order.py file, and I'll add a method create advanced shipment note. This will be the whitelist, so you have to mention the whitelist decorator. Okay, so here you have to pass source name and target doc equal to none. Right. Next part is we have to use the gate map doc. You can check the definition of gate map doc. So it requires from doc type. So our from doc type will be the purchase order, the doc name, which is this name, and the table mapping. So let's see.
So get map docked. So Tahir asked, is get map docked? Okay, he retracted the question, but fine.
So as you see here, the third part is table mapping. So we in the purchase order we have mainly two tables. There are third one also as well, but the purchase order item, and the taxes, the purchase order and taxes part. So we take the purchase order, and this purchase order we have to map with the advance shipment note. So doc type will be the advance shipment note, and then field map. Since we keep the uh, purchase order and advance shipment fields name same, we don't need to use the field map. We'll just say purchase order. And if you want to add some validation, your validation is like your purchase order should be in a submitted state. This is first table. The second is purchase order item. And this is I'm going to map with the advance shipment note item. Again, a child table in the advance shipment note doc type. Here I need a field map because in the advance shipment note I keep the reference of purchase order, and the field names for the reference are different. That's why I had to use the field map. So if you have to do something, if you have to map something explicitly, then you have to use the field map. All right. So field map. Something is not closed. Just open.
Square bracket somewhere. Tire on which line? Oh, yeah. On line 18, Rohit, field map. Field map will be a curly bracket, yeah. Or will it be a list? Then we have to change the inner part.
Okay, okay. Understood, understood.
Yeah, we can copy it from here if you have some reference. Yeah. Then we can explain what it does. Yeah.
Basically, this will map the purchase order name field to the purchase order item column and the purchase order's line parent item to the purchase order. So I'll basically explain this when I create the advance shipment note from the purchase order.
Cool.
And if you have to add any condition, you can add, or if you want to do any post process, you can do it here.
Post process will run after the doc has been created, right?
Yes. Uh, Not creation, but once you have the complete object,
Okay.
and if you have to, so for example, after mapping, let's say the mapping has done, so new object has created. Now in the new object, you have to make some changes on a line item. Then you can do that in the post process method. There might be chances that, let's say, I map the fields value. Now I have to make some changes in the value.
Okay, got it.
Basically, I will return the doc list. Now the backend part is completed. We have to call this whitelist method from the our client's code.
Cool.
So now we have to call this method. So once we call this, this will create an object. This will create a new advanced shipment node object, and basically we have to redirect to the to that specific to that respective record.
Okay.
So for
So
that,
whatever shipment record got created using the data of the current purchase invoice, we will show that form view, right?
yeah, the form view.
Cool.
But that record won't assign any new ID. It just in a new state,
Okay. Unsaved, basically.
unsaved state. Yeah. So for that we have this frappe.model.openMapDoc. So here you have to define the method first. Then in the FRM, cur FRM, and yeah, just freeze message like creating add-on shipment.
Oh, okay, got it. Let's try it.
Taking some path, show the path. So ERPNext training, custom folder, purchase order, custom name.
Oh, it's create. Yeah, Copilot is not always that good. Yeah.
See.
So Tahir,
Right.
rewatch the video after so you get to understand get mapped up. I think it's a pretty nifty function and can be used like a lot of
So now
flexibility.
you can,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'll click on the make advanced ship note.
Mm-hmm.
You can see here the new advanced shipment note has created. System has redirected to new advanced shipment note with the information of purchase order.
Mm-hmm.
All this information has fetched from the purchase order. You can see the reference of the purchase order here as well. So for this reference, I use this field map in the gate map, this field map part,
Mm-hmm.
because the name and the parent for this charitable is different,
Mm-hmm.
and
Got it.
we can't use the same name and parent.
Cool. So we mapped it, but then we could also control like
Yeah,
mappings at some level. Yeah.
you map to the different field names.
Got it. So the field names which are same will be automatically copied over, right?
Yeah. So uh, item code, quantity, rate was same. The field name was same.
Mm-hmm.
I quickly show again. For that, you have to, while creating the doc type or
Mm-hmm.
any custom field, make sure the field name are same.
Yeah, then only get mapped up will be like
So
easier to
here,
implement. Yeah.
item, yeah. So in
Mm.
the advanced shipment note, I map with the purchase order item. I open the purchase order item. So here you can see the item code. Label can be anything, but make sure the name is same. So here
Mm-hmm.
the name is item underscore code. I use the same item underscore code here. Similarly for item group, item name, warehouse, quantity, rate.
Cool.
This is how we can use the gate map doc. And even like now we have to create the purchase receipt. So in the gate, the advanced shipment node.js, we can use the same. We can add the button here to create a purchase receipt.
Mm-hmm.
And using the gate map doc, we can generate the JRN. So I'll just quickly use the same code and uh, build this functionality. Now I'm writing the code. So since this advanced shipment node was the part of my custom app,
Mm.
I
So we
directly
already have
wrote
the
that.
JS file. Yeah.
Yeah, I already have a JS file. We don't need to hook use the hook to write the code for this.
Cool.
So this also have a benefit of using the custom app. So this is suggesting me to make purchase receipt. Receipt.
So Rohit says, Tahir says, Rohit, why don't you use Control C, Control V?
Now this is, I mean, I have not written this method code. This was Copilot suggested.
I think it can directly come from Frappe, right? Oh, this is inside mapper. Got it. Good day, Kenneth. Welcome. Yeah, anyways, you can watch the recording.
Now I'm just changing the document name. So here earlier the purchase order was the source. Now the source has changed to advanced shipment note. Just advanced note. And our target will be a purchase receipt. The purchase receipt item.
Fields also we have to change, right?
So since we don't have a field, I have to use a customize form. I think there is no reference section.
Hi Rajneesh, welcome back.
This is a reference section. Can put it here somewhere. Add on. And their child reference, so which is, let's say, ASN item. Okay, so customization is our parent, and the ASN item, customization item, is our child. So child reference. So that is mapdoc training app ERPNext training. So this
Cool.
purchase receipt has created. We can pass the PO reference as well. Since we have the, okay, the purchase order. So I'll open this advanced shipment note again. Advanced shipment note item. So advance shipment note I created from the purchase order, and purchase receipt I created from the advance shipment note. So on a
Hmm.
purchase receipt, I can see the advance shipment note reference, but I can't see the purchase order reference.
Hmm.
Uh, so I am checking the field name, the purchase order and the purchase order item is the field name on the advance shipment note, and purchase receipt item.
Hmm. So we may have to manually map if names are different, right?
Yeah, or maybe the names are same. I doubt on the no copy part. Let me just confirm. Yeah, the purchase order item and the purchase order. The field name are same. Still, it is not mapped because
Okay, no
no
copy.
copy. Yeah, no copy was. Yeah, no copy has enabled. That's why it is. That's why it was not mapped. So in that case, we can map explicitly. Then use the purchase order item.
So this will basically, what do you say? Bypass the no copy thing.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. Now you can see the purchase order
Awesome.
reference link here.
Hmm.
So basically, earlier we used to link the purchase order to purchase receipt. We just introduced a new doc type called advance shipment note in between
Hmm.
purchase order and the purchase receipt.
Cool. Makes sense. So this is like directly going. So before it was directly going from, what do you say, purchase order to purchase receipt. Now it is like there is some other
Purchase
doc tab
order,
in between.
yeah, purchase order, then advance shipment note, and then purchase receipt.
Got it.
All right. So yeah, can we take questions or
Yeah, let's see. There was one interesting question. So Rajnish, I created multiple sites. It is possible to only update one site. So if all your multiple sites are on the same bench, so the apps are common, right? So if you update one app, like it will be updated for all the sites. But as long as you don't migrate, right, the changes, so they won't be. But it is not recommended. So yeah, if you are in Frappe Cloud, you can like update selected sites on a particular bench. On local, no. So there was this question, Rohit. Where did it go? Okay, in relation to my stock entry question, I am creating a custom app that will add a field for rejected quantity in job card. As currently ERPNext 14 does not support rejection of items job card.
mm,
If a user enters any rejected
just
quantity, then
not?
I want to create a stock entry that will move user entered quantity stock to rejected warehouse. Did you find? Yogi has asked this in the
Yes,
chat.
yes, yes.
Yeah,
If a user enters any rejected quantity, then I want to create a stock entry that will move user to stock to rejected. So Yogi, on on submission of the job card, you have to basically create a stock entry. That what I can understand here. Am I right? So if the rejected quantity is there in the job card for any item, and uh, once you submit the job card, then only you have to create. Yeah, okay. You say yes. No. I think he can. You can use this frappe.new doc. We the way we just we created earlier the purchase order on submission of the sales order. Similarly, you can create the stock entry.
Yeah, use
for
new
the
doc
rejected
and
content.
stock entry, and then in like in server script you can basically select on submit of like basically before submit of what do you call job card. Just check if there is a rejected quantity or not.
So if you have a time, maybe I can quickly
Yeah,
show.
yeah, we have like 15 minutes.
Okay. So assume is saying on job card.
Yes, that is what I want. He writes. Yeah, yeah. Maybe we'll add a custom field for rejected quantity, and then we can show.
So on a job card. But job card is again for to complete the operation. It's not actual a quantity, but anyway, I don't know the exact use case, but I'll just showcase like how to do this. So I'll just add a rejected. I think we have a reject. No, we don't have a rejected quantity.
We have completed quantity. Yeah.
Yeah, we have completed. We recently added process loss quantity something. Process, yeah, process loss quantity is there. So maybe what we can say, if there is a process loss quantity, which is same like rejected, I guess. My screen frozen. The rejected quantity field is there. So on submission, but I think it won't allow. If let's say I put a 10 accepted, 10 rejected. And I will use the server script for this. So create entry. And I will keep the script type as doc type event, reference document type as job card, and this as after submit. So let's say if doc dot rejected quantity is greater than 0, then only I have to save the record. So I'll use the doc entry doc as Frappe dot new doc entry doc entry type is needed, which is a material. It will be the material transfer Move user enter quantity stock to rejected warehouse. This is the material transfer. So just I I think I understood this requirement wrongly. I think once you submit the job card, it won't add the stock. So if
Mm-hmm.
he wants to transfer the like finished good which is rejected, he has to so whenever he creates the finished the manufacturer stock entry from the work order, that time he has to put the 10 quantity in the rejected warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
On a job card, system won't add the finished good or sub-assembly item.
Yogi, maybe try something out, or maybe what you want
But
is a different thing.
yeah, maybe Yogi, you just first. I think we are not able to understand your use case,
Yeah.
but you can, if you are able to use this server script, you can use this.
Yeah, yeah, if you really want that, but maybe there is a simpler solution that you can look for. Cool. Cool. If you guys have any question, please do post in.
Can map doc get the link document in connections? Okay, for a connections, go to the advanced shipment and get map doc add the connections. So for to add a connections, you have to first add the connection in your doc type. So if it is a standard doc type, you can use the this part document action. Sorry, document links. Here you have to mention the doc type. So we have a doc type purchase receipt, and the field name is custom ASN. You can see the here receipt. I think I have not created a purchase receipt. Just create. So you can see the connection here.
Cool. So then you have to do some querying, right? Do get all and then check what is the link field name, right? And you can get those doc types because connections are indeed through link fields, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So Yogi has posted some clarification, I guess.
Actually, we cannot change the quantity to manufacturing job card. You can change quantity to manufacturing in job card.
So the manufacturing process will continue as it is, but the stock ledger will reflect the actual stock. I didn't get it.
Stock ledger won't reflect through the job card. It will. Acha, so you okay? I think this is like a huge change. Maybe we need a more information or clarity on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
part.
Go ahead, create an issue at ERPNext, like Frappe slash
Yeah,
ERPNext.
Yogi, if this is a like a generic issue or you think
Yeah,
this is a generic feature, maybe you can create a GitHub ticket for this, GitHub issue for this. I will try to add this in the code itself.
yeah, yeah. You can even tag Rohit in the issue so he can take a look if it is generic or not. Yeah, explain as much as you can how you use it, how you want it to be, or cool. Okay, stay at this screen. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, then we have 2 minutes left. But in the meantime, thank you Rohit for joining in. Like we covered a lot, I guess, in terms of
Mhm.
approaches to customization in ERPNext through server script, through client script, and we also did like custom app. Ignore this weird lightning effect happening. So today I wasn't able to configure it properly, the green screen. So yeah, you can ignore that part. But yeah, cool. Yogi will create an issue on Git. Awesome.
Great.
So that's good. And I hope you will join me again sometime, Rohit, for some more customization stuff.
Yeah, yeah, sure,
And
sure.
yeah,
Thank
cool.
you for giving me this opportunity. Yeah, it was
Awesome,
nice.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have like the next episode is with Maharshi, and he's going to show us the new print format builder that he has built. And he's also going to build a new feature on top of it, along with some print formats. So do join that one in. And I think I'm going to miss 2 Wednesdays next month. The at the start, the first due to conference and the second due to like me traveling back from the conference. So sorry for that, but so I think the next month can will also be a collab month. I don't know because I have convinced Aditya to come on the show next month uh, for Frappe Cloud, some special stuff that he's working on. And next I have convinced Revant, so he is going to like he has agreed to come and show us Dockerization and stuff with custom apps with production setup of Docker in Frappe. And the third I have that I'm going to build a merchandise store. Uh, so for FOSS United. So probably Vishal Arya will join me and we'll build it together. Awesome. So Ronak asks, I have created a custom app now. How where can I add functionality such that installation app automatically creates its workspace? So you can create a workspace and like go to workspace setting and mark it standard. I think that creates a JSON file and then it automatically is created in your app. So you have to go to the form view of that workspace and then there is a setting that you can use.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Public, I guess, right?
Yeah, public is the one on that side, and I think there is one more. Just let me check. Ta-da-da. This will be the last question we answer today, but yeah, let me just quickly check what it is called. Workspace list. Yeah, I think public is the thing.
Public,
Rohit is
yeah.
right. Yeah. Cool. Awesome. So we'll say goodbye now. Have a nice day, everyone. And if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, share with your colleagues, friends, and yeah, Thanks again, Rohit. Have a nice day,
Yeah.
everyone. Goodbye.
Thank you.
We'll